This video is meant for the adult action figure collector. This video is not meant for kids. Okay, so we already established that. Let's touch base with our Cobra Stinger. So just a quick recap of my principle with regards to the changes that I did to this Cobra Stinger. So it quite looks the same, but actually right now it's very different. Okay, so I'm sticking to the core principle of its mission design as a light armored fast attack vehicle that can be operated specifically at night. Okay, so just a quick recap of the changes. We improved the weapon system. We included a radio on board, 2 AK-47 rifles, the one for the gunner and one for the driver, I mean, and one for the gunner's scrap iron. And we also included magazines and relocated some of the items, like the fire extinguisher is now located on the driver's side, so I showed that on a previous video. We also added door handles inside and outside of the protective cover of the vehicle, primarily the doors, which are armored. And we added additional short weapon systems that are really meant for vehicle use. So instead of your standard 20-inch rifle, you have SMGs for the driver and the gunner. Okay, so let's put these two guys aside first, because what is the $2 thing that I mentioned in my thumbnail? Okay, so let's disregard whatever items is on this first, but let's go to the back. So out of the box, the Cobra Stinger did not have a glass back cover. So this area, including the vamp, this area of the vamp is not covered. So for the Cobra Stinger, we have 4 missile systems, which I reduced to 2 and added a cannon. So actually when you're using this weapon system, somehow smoke, fire, or expended shell casings is going to be everywhere, especially on this section. So if we leave this section open, so smoke is going to enter the cabin, expended shells from the Vulcan cannon is also going to enter the cabin, and it's going to ruin the tactical thing about this vehicle. So aside from the doors, we improved the door system. We also added cover for the back. Okay, so what is that thing made of? So to provide glass cover on the back of the vehicle, or protective glass cover, it's going to be a ballistic glass cover. Let's think about it that way. $2 from Walmart. So Sterilite, 6/4 5.7 liter container. Actually this is meant to store women's heels, as you could see on the image. So those are going to be the dimensions, and actually you have a lot of material to work with. So I've used only one side. As you could see, this side is missing because it's already on the back of my Cobra Stinger. Very nice and simple. Okay, so just cut a small portion and do a little bit of measuring and fitting, cut, fit, until you find the sweet spot. So with just a $2 Walmart purchase, we were able to upgrade our Cobra Stinger. So we have proper door handles and a ballistic back cover. So gunner and driver are amply protected. So if you have watched my previous video with regards to the other weapon system that is included with this Cobra Stinger, aside from that and the small arms that is inside the cabin of the vehicle, it's going to be this. So the Carl Gustav recoilless rifle, which I've been raving about. So it's an item that you're going to have in your collection too. It's going to be the main weapon of bazooka. It is not a bazooka, it is a Carl Gustav recoilless rifle. So just search about this weapon system. Okay, so since this area is devoid of the Carl Gustav, where is it now located? So it is mounted on the rear platform of the vehicle. So Velcro ties. Very simple solution to mounting a additional weapon system or a recoilless rifle to a Cobra Stinger. So what other changes has this undergone? So aside from providing protection on the glass protection on the rear of the vehicle, we also added a axe, because somehow having just a shovel on this section, it's just imbalanced. So I added an axe. So something that you could get from G.I. Joe Classified Series Barbecue, and of course that is from a Cobra officer. So instead of using the red one, which you're going to get with the Cobra driver, I used a gray one. But it's also it would also look good if you use the red one. So for the axe, we have a retention system, so just an elastic cord. Okay, so for the front, actually this is something that I also used with my go-to vehicle when I go to my farm or my family's farm. So I would usually, on the bumper of my very old LC Toyota Land Cruiser, so let me show you guys possibly what my LC looks like. So very old vehicle, so 1980s version Land Cruiser, but still alive and kicking. It's colored yellow, so my farm helps would nickname the vehicle Bumblebee. Okay. So that is also one of the reasons why I would like to retain my Cobra Stinger as almost as stock as possible, because it always reminds me of my LC. Okay, so this section of the bumper, I would wound rope, which is actually very useful sometimes when I get stuck. Of course, not all vehicles in the Philippines have a tow winch, so having a rope immediately on your front bumper like this, it works. So you just call for help once you get stuck, use the rope, and you're good to go. Okay, so this section, take a look at it. So that is a original accessory which I placed differently for the Cobra Stinger. So instead of having that on this section as a impaling tool or impaling tool, how do you pronounce it? Impaling tool? Anyway, you guys would get the point. So the Cobra Stinger is going to ram a grunt and the grunt is going to be stuck in front of the Cobra Stinger. You'll be dragging around a G.I. Joe grunt, so you have to stop and get rid of the grunt because he's stuck. So somehow it just doesn't make sense, the POU for that as a weapon. So instead, I would make use of it differently as a additional add-on to the RAM bar. Okay, so what I did was just that is from a Voltes 5 model kit tray. So we added just this thing to add a little bit of hemp or thickness to the additional bumper or ram bar accessory, and I drilled just a very small hole on this front, and if I wish to put this on or take it off, very easy. So right now it is placed like this, so it's going to be an additional accessory for ramming, so not impaling. Okay, so those are the very simple changes that I did to this Cobra Stinger, and I'm still waiting for 2 more items that I ordered with Gridiron Studios. So the items that I ordered with Gridiron Studios, actually they're already sold out when I checked. So it's going to be a computer for no other than my gunner. Of course, he has to man this system, so give him a worthy device. And for the driver, we're going to upgrade his night vision capability, so I ordered this for my Cobra driver. So actually those are just the 2 additional systems that I would include for this Cobra Stinger. So the additional tech for the gunner, of course, instead of that mini computer thing that this action figure comes with, I would rather have him handle this for that weapon system. But actually, if since this is already sold out, and if you wish to add a computer for your Cobra Stinger driver, so I researched some more, and actually you could order this at Amazon right now. So if you have the options of either $7.98 or $9.99, it's just going to be the color. So it's going to of 1:12 scale laptop, something similar to the one that is sold by Gridiron. Actually, if I first saw this, I would have ordered this instead of the $19 thing. Anyway, it's already ordered, so I'm still waiting for it. So the other one is going to be a white laptop. So you're going to have a laptop, a tablet, and a phone. So you could use the phone as a forearm accessory, the laptop to further accessorize the gunner section of the Stinger. So when you open the driver section, actually you still have a lot of space on the dash to attach one of these things, maybe even the tablet, because we have a screen on board, but that is very low. It sits just across the gear changer for the vehicle. So if you're going to use that screen system as a manning system or a computer system for the main weapon system, I don't think that is going to be a that's going to work. So actually, when you take a look at the real weapon systems of armored personal carriers with a unmanned gun, there's going to be a separate seat for the gunner, which is going to be aided by a computer, and he's going to fire this thing with a joystick. So actually, that is one thing that the Vamp, the Cobra Stinger, and even the Valaverse vehicle does not have. So a computer device for the unmanned weapon system. So we end our review here. So I hope you like the very simple ideas that I presented. So actually, just the right stuff that you put in, so not much on the bling. You'd add a lot of items that's going to make your vehicle, I don't know, so the philosophy of use or the mission design is changed to another thing, instead of being a light armored fast attack vehicle. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.